Good morning, Sunita ji. How's your morning today?
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
As usual, amazing, I would say. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
special, but just a usual morning. How
All
about
right.
you?
Yes, pretty usual morning, and I think
Mhm.
I'm proud of myself that I woke up early than usual.
Oh,
Because
congratulations.
yes, because I've been trying for it's been a long time, but yes,
Uh-huh.
still struggling with my morning routine. But now I'm
Mhm.
feeling pumped up a little bit just because I managed to wake up.
Okay. Like usually in winters, people go into that hibernation mode. They want to wake up late, but you got this motivation in winter itself. How come?
Because I find you can manage to wake up early in the winters only. Because
Mhm.
winters has the longer nights than any other season,
That's true.
so you get enough sleep in the winters, so it is manageable to wake up early in the morning.
Amazing.
And
So it's
it feels refreshing when you wake up and go outside and bask in the sun,
So do you take a
right?
morning sun or you bask in the sun later in the morning itself?
It's mostly around
Early
7
morning.
a.m. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually good for health. People say that after
Hmm.
10 or 11 you
Yeah.
get tanning.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's usually
I usually
better to bask in the sun between 7 to 9 a.m.
Right, right. And we people are
Hmm.
usually busy during these hours. So we do
Hmm.
this around 10, 11. So yeah.
All right.
If I talk about Pahadi people, people who are from mountains, so they
Mhm.
do this all day long until there is sun. So like if they'll
Mhm.
eat in the sun, they'll do whatever activities they can do sitting outside in the sun.
Because you're surrounded with mountains, it takes time to, carry the sun rays, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
Here, usually sun rises around, I guess, 7 o'clock these days,
Mhm.
and it goes down around 3 o'clock.
All right, all right. So the topic for the today is mastering small talks. Yes, all right. Would you consider yourself the master of small talks?
Not a master, but I can manage initiating a conversation, but not a master of small talks. I always
Mm-hmm.
struggle with it, and I tend to judge people first. If I see that person is really welcoming, approachable, I would go and initiate the conversation. But if I see that that person doesn't seem really approachable, so I would always find some ways to avoid that
Mm-hmm.
and would not break the ice at all. But yes, sometimes I wait for the other person to break the ice.
All right. You wait for the other person. You don't initiate.
If the person is really sweet with a warm smile and you find them approachable, then I go and initiate the conversation with hello,
Mm-hmm.
hi, how are you? Like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm curious. Okay, what people you find approachable?
Mhm. People who are really sweet, like you can judge from their appearance, right?
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
the first impression.
Hmm.
And so if somebody has a very warm, white smile on their face, so you
Hmm.
can instantly judge that this person is something that we can approach very easily, right?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yes, they make us comfortable.
Hmm. Okay. Yes, the comfortable word would be a great word to use it,
Mhm.
right? So whenever you feel comfortable, then you initiate the conversation.
Right, right, exactly.
All right. So I ha- so the saying or the phrase the people say it, which is don't judge a book by its cover. I see that this is failing in your
Mhm.
terms, right?
We always judge. Sometimes we keep it with us, sometimes we say it out loud, but we
Hmm.
always tend to judge. Don't you judge people?
Yeah, exactly. We
Right? We
judge.
all. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a nature of human mind, I guess.
Hmm.
Right.
Yes, I also feel that way. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's okay to judge, I guess, but we should not hurt others' feeling. If you are judging them in a negative way, so you should not say it out loud. Keep it to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. But if there is something that you can share with them, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you feel like looking at them, then do
Mm-hmm.
share with them if it's going to help. If it's going to hamper their mindset or maybe their day, It
Mm-hmm.
might ruin their day, your comment might ruin their day, so you should
Mm-hmm.
avoid doing that. Otherwise, you
Mm-hmm.
appreciate, like sometimes we see beautiful people around, so we say that you look beautiful, I like
Mm-hmm.
your dress, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we are
Mm-hmm.
judging only,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
right. Yes. We
Hmm.
judge, yes. But many people say that don't judge. So it's a conscious choice, right? Whether you want to tell that person or not. But yes, we judge, and we judge based on the appearance. And see, my question is that when people tell me that don't judge a book by its cover, but when I meet someone, unless and until I initiate a conversation, the first impression that other person is giving me is appearance,
Right.
right? So there is no other way to judge people apart from their appearance,
Right, right.
right?
The first impression would come from their appearance only.
Yes, exactly.
I tell you, when I was in my graduation, that time people used to perceive me as someone arrogant because I would speak really less.
Likewise. Hmm.
So they would always say that that girl is really very arrogant. She doesn't speak to anyone, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
later on, when I started chatting with them, started sharing notes and everything, then they got to know about this, that yes, she's not arrogant, but
Hmm.
other way around. So
Hmm.
yes. So again, they judge me from my appearance.
Right, right. And sometimes, see, what happens is that I don't like to talk many people.
Hmm.
When I was in the college as well, I didn't used to initiate a conversation or go people, or because I'm an introvert. Okay.
Hmm.
So that extrovert energy, I didn't used to take it out. But it's my conscious choice right now that whenever I want to talk, yes, I can manage both the sides. Now I'm an ambivert person, right? And the same image that you had, I also had the same image in my college, that people used to consider me the arrogant one
Hmm.
because I didn't used to speak with them, right?
Right, right.
Hmm. Yes.
But that's when I decided to change my attitude towards people because I didn't want people to perceive me as someone arrogant. So I
Mhm.
started going to them. I started initiating the conversation by simply smiling or greeting them or asking
Mhm.
about their well being. But
Mhm.
after 2 to 3 questions, then that awkward silence on the surface, like what
Mhm.
to ask next. Right? So that
Right.
really happens. But
Mhm.
these days, I have also learned this art of small talk. So
Mhm.
now I can, if somebody is new, I'm meeting them for the very first time. So I can
Mhm.
manage to have at least 6 to 7 exchange of thoughts, at least.
Mm.
And then we may go
Mm.
silent. But
Right.
yes, depends on the other person too. That
Depends on the other
person.
person. Yes, yes, always, always, right?
Yes,
Let's
the
say you
other
are
person.
energetic, you full of enthusiasm, and the other person is
Hmm.
mm,
Not giving that
restricting,
vibe.
yes, restricting himself from expressing his thoughts. Then
Hmm.
you feel like you're talking to a wall, and then you don't know what to do next, right?
Uh-huh. True, true,
Yes.
true. That
So it
happens.
works both ways,
Right.
right? And is there any conversation that you regret that you shouldn't have done that?
Mm-hmm. Any conversation I regret? I'm not sure. Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't recall right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be related to marriage proposals.
All
Because
right.
that
Mhm.
time I would talk to, I think I had gone through 2 to 3 proposals and then the third one I finalized. So
Hmm.
first two I regret
Hmm.
talking to them. Like I
Hmm.
shouldn't have talked to
Hmm.
them much.
Hmm. Mhm.
And then you feel awkward, you know. The second
Mhm.
person is from my own village.
Oh my goodness.
And I married the other person from his village itself. So that's really
Oof.
awkward. Whenever I
Yes,
see
yes,
him, I feel like I can't even make that contact. So that was something I
yes.
regret about.
Hmm. That becomes awkward sometimes.
Right, right, right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. But life has its own course, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And do you zone out in the middle of the conversation?
Not really. I try to give an attentive ear to people whenever I'm
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
but people might zone out because sometimes I sound boring also. So they might zone
You
out.
feel, do you feel about yourself, right?
Yes, yes.
Mm.
So these days, I would say people are on their phones all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So they are already zoned out. Even before starting a
Mm.
conversation, they are in their own zone. So no matter
Mm.
whatever you say, they are
Mm.
not lending an ear to you.
Mm.
So whatever you say, when you are
Mm.
done, the
Mhm.
conversation ends there. There is no follow-up question from the other person, right?
Mm. Mm.
I think it happens a lot these days.
Mm. Right. And now, let's say, for example, when you initiate a conversation, what are the go-to phrases that you would like to use?
When I initiate a conversation, I start with hello, how are you? And then
Mm-hmm.
how is the weather?
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
I ask about how is your family? And then
Mm.
how was your day? Like
Mm.
that.
Mm.
So, and if it's morning time, then I would ask, have you had your breakfast? Or I would
Mm-hmm.
ask about their meal. If
Mm-hmm.
they are into any kind of profession, I would ask about their job,
Mm-hmm.
how their job is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we start with.
Hmm. Right. And what are the topics that you are reluctant to? The topics you avoid.
Um, Related to politics,
Okay.
especially.
Obviously. In India, of course.
Right. And then related to kids also. Sometimes people tend to judge you
Hmm.
in relation to your kids, like how they are doing, how they look, how are they in their studies, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they tend to judge parents a lot. So
Hmm.
I don't like to discuss matters related to my kids with others,
Best thing.
right?
Best thing you can do as a parent, I guess. Right.
Right.
Because in India, we have that culture that we defame our child in front of our relatives.
True, true.
And that becomes a trauma for a child.
Yes, yes,
Right.
definitely.
It doesn't share it with you, but if something goes in his heart that
Hmm.
he cannot speak it out, right? Because he don't want himself to be exposed, right?
Hmm.
He want
Right.
to keep his life private. But the parents, the Indian culture is such that parents force the child to, just dance in front of the relatives or tell them the poem, whatever you recite a poem, anything, right?
Right, right. Or
The,
complain about their kids, ye khana nahi khata, he doesn't
all the
study.
time, all the time.
Ah, right,
Right.
right. So that's definitely not good. And these days, I think young parents or new
Mhm.
parents have learned this thing
Mhm.
that we should not label our kids negatively, especially in
Yes.
front of others.
Right. 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 Yes. Great. Great thing you're doing as a parent, I guess. Apart from politics and yes, discussing your child matters, is there anything that people should avoid?
That people should avoid. They should not poke their nose into personal lives of others, right?
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes they would ask about their relationships with their
Obvious.
spouses,
Mm-hmm.
or they would ask about their mother-in-law, especially. How is your mother-in-law? Does she treat you well? And all that stuff, right?
Right.
The
Mm.
married life, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then about their salary when they ask. Sometimes
Right.
people
I
ask.
don't know why people are so much curious about the salary people are getting.
Uh-huh. I think
Right.
everybody is curious in that way, but some people prefer to ask and
Mm.
some don't. But everybody
But
is
you
curious
shouldn't,
about what
right?
others are earning.
Right. But you shouldn't ask the question, right?
Yes, yes. We shouldn't ask it.
Mhm.
And like, how does it matter? Whatever they are earning, are
Yeah.
they going to share that part of money with you? No.
Yeah.
So how does it matter?
Right. Right.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That person is not coming to you to ask for money, right?
Hmm.
Right. Yes.
And
Okay.
I
And
feel
then,
one more thing, I feel over the period of time, I've learned this that we should not share the exact amount with other people also. We should
yes.
always say that we don't earn much,
Right. Yeah. Yes.
right?
Act like you're
Otherwise,
poor. Yeah. Act like you're
otherwise,
broken.
Yes, yes. And otherwise, I would always be honest with others.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
But I realize that it's definitely not good because there are many people who would be jealous of you. It's
Yes.
better to avoid this.
Yes, definitely, definitely. But at the end of the session, I would like to give you one incident. See, I struggle to initiate the conversation, not in the sessions, because I feel that this is my comfort zone, right? But outside of that, I feel whenever I meet other people, I find it really reluctant. But my friend, he has a really unique technique, right? Let's say, for example, he manages to have a conversation with anybody, just like any random person on the street. He would go like, and he would ask the rates of the plots around the area. First tactic,
Hmm.
right? He avoid every topic on the planet. He starts with the rates of the plots, the property rates, right? What if I buy this plot, right? He would start the conversation like he has so much of money. He doesn't have it, right? He has so much of money, and he initiated a conversation, and he manages to build a rapport. I
Uh-huh.
don't know how he pulled this off, but he's managing it, right?
Uh-huh.
And I am really surprised by his tactics and his expressing his
Mhm.
ideas to other people. Like, I'm planning this, I'm planning that, and he expresses it fully without any resistance,
Mhm.
right? Yes.
Mhm.
So he has a really good technique of asking the property rates around the area, and he
Mhm.
manages to talk with anybody.
Great, great.
Right?
I feel that this comes from observation skills also. Like you
Hmm.
observe other people, how they are talking, how they are
Hmm.
holding the conversation, and that's how
Hmm.
you learn from them,
Right.
right?
And men are mostly focused towards the material aspects, right?
Mhm.
So he connects with the men with ease and simplicity, right?
Yes, like they would ask about where did you get this phone from, which brand,
Right.
how much is it, like all those
Hmm.
stuffs people
Right.
usually talk about, especially boys.
Right.
And if I talk
Right.
about girls, they would talk about dresses, their
Hmm.
life, right,
Hmm.
children. So
Children, right.
yes,
Yes, yes. All right. Yes. So it has been a lovely conversation with you today. And yes, I'm also working on my small talks because I also struggle with it. And you managed it quite well. And I think you use really good words in the conversation. And it's always great to talk with you, right?
same
So
here.
thank you so much for joining this session. And I would love to host you in the upcoming sessions as well.
Great, definitely. Have a great
Yeah.
day ahead then.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Bye. Take care.